Good afternoon, Kirsten here for a Thursday Spa Business Break, and we're still on the topic of marketing because I know that September's coming very quickly. It's only like a week and a bit away, and if you haven't hopped on your marketing bandwagon yet for fall, it is time. All right, today the topic has to do with video marketing. I know your favorite, but and I know you have heard this from the likes of Daniela Warner and Maxine Drake, and so I'm here to make sure you're hearing it from all sides because it really is a critical piece of your marketing options that most of you are not taking advantage of, and it's making all of us who are trying to support you and trying to help you get more clients through the door kind of frustrated. But we're just going to keep beating this drum until more and more of you internalize it and realize the power for what it is. Okay, so I really want to start with what is the problem with spa marketing, because I think we need to look at what's broken in this topic to help us frame up a different perspective. So from my perspective, what's broken in spa marketing is organic reach and organic engagement is very low. Now, this isn't new just for the spa industry. This is for everybody, all businesses on social media. It's just the way it is. It's the way the platforms have been designed and they have their own strategy. They have their own ways of monetizing their business. So if we want to be part of these free platforms, and just use the free aspects of it, we have to realize where we're limited. And where we're limited is in organic reach. That means it's unpaid. All right, that's the first thing that's broken. The second thing that's broken about spa marketing is that most spa owners don't know how to use paid ads properly. And trying to use paid ads as a way to get past that, not able to get anywhere with your organic reach on your regular, like your Facebook page or your Instagram feed. And so when you're thinking, oh my gosh, I need to advertise, what most of you are doing is trying to get your organic reach going, but that requires consistency. It requires strategy. If you are one of these kind of fly by the seat of your pants spa owners when it comes to marketing, you're probably dropping the ball on consistency. So, which is why your organic reach isn't really working for you. So the only other option is to go to paid ads. But the problem with that is that many of you are using the boost post option in your Facebook, on your Facebook page, and it is not a great option. It's got very limiting targeting, and I'm not a Facebook ads expert, but the people that are in kind of my wheelhouse talking about Facebook ads, what they're saying is that it's just, you're very limited on what you can do for targeting. So it's very general targeting. If you need more clients, you need very, very specific targeting. That means that you want to be working your ads in the ads manager, where you have way more options to create custom audiences. But the part that's broken is that most spa owners, they don't even know where the ads manager is. And then they don't know what to do with a Facebook pixel. They don't know how to, it's just so much. It's like a whole different Facebook ads and Instagram ads are like a whole, niche unto themselves. So I get why that's really frustrating. I get frustrated with Facebook ads. I stopped doing them for a long, long time and I stopped doing them and decided that I was going to really focus on organic reach using video marketing. So that was how I hacked around that particular issue. The other thing about paid ads is that if you want to have successful ads, you need to have some sort of training on them, or you need to hire it out. Both require a commitment, both require money. If you hire out and outsource your Facebook ads, great idea. However, you really need to know that you make sure that you have a budget for that. So you'll have a budget for paying somebody to put your ad campaigns together. Then you're also going to have a separate budget for the actual ad spend. So that can be sometimes a little bit of a sticker shock for some spa owners. Now, if you are interested in Facebook ads, learning about Facebook ads for yourself, I highly suggest taking Tara Zucker's course. I believe it's called the Successful Facebook Ads course. It's an online course. I've heard lots of great things about it and seen lots of great outcomes. So if you're looking at increasing your marketing traffic to try to get conversions over to clients booking, I would definitely be recommending that particular course, because she has lots of experience with spa owners in there. Because that's part of the tricky part with paid ads is, for the spa industry, you have to really know how to target your audience. And Tara Zerker is very, very good at that. Hey Mike, nice to see you here. All right. Now I also so I've talked about what's broken with the platforms. Not necessarily broken, but what I feel is an issue. What I also feel is broken with spa marketing is the people side of it. So, and what I'm talking about is you guys. So I've got 3 points here about why, you are really struggling. One of them is that I find most spa owners really struggle with being visible in their marketing, simply because it really triggers this who am I to be, promoting this facility? A lot of you guys feel really awkward and about self-promotion. And so right at the core of getting the marketing strategy started, you're already undermining yourself with the self-confidence issue. So that's one part that's broken. It just feels awkward. The other part is that most spa owners are easily overwhelmed with new technology or new tactics. And when you get overwhelmed, I don't know about you, but I often tend to check out, or I get really frustrated and then just want it to end. So either way, when you get overwhelmed, you're typically not following through with things. The other piece that I find with you guys when it comes to marketing is that you are not strong communicators. For marketing, I will preface it with that. You guys are really good communicators in the treatment room, but for whatever reason, probably because of that self-confidence piece that it triggers, you trip over your words, you don't know quite how to write, and it's that self-conscious piece that is, again, undermining your ability to communicate. So here's the thing. If you need more traffic coming into your spa business and you don't have time to learn anything new for paid ads or any different tactics, if you don't have the money to pay for actual ad spends and that kind of thing, or even a course, you're very limited on what you can get for organic reach in your marketing. And you have only a few options to increase your organic reach. One of them is to play along with the platforms, Facebook and Instagram especially. Those are the two main platforms that most spas are on. They have both because they're owned by the company, but they are very, very much wanting their users to use video. And so how they have encouraged people to do that is that it affects the algorithms. So businesses that are using video get better algorithms. That means that your video will show up in more feeds of your followers, all right? So it's about playing the game with these platforms. So if you play the game, you'll get better organic reach. The other piece that I want you to recognize is that when you do video, consumers have a much stronger connection to you than text or image. You can't, it's like me talking to you. You can tell by, my facial expressions. You can tell by my voice. You can tell by my body language. It's so much more than just communicating my actual message. When we are doing video consistently in our business, it vastly improves the trust factor. I've had clients come to me, meet on like a discovery call, get acquainted call. And when I ask them, why did you reach out to me now? And how did you hear about me? They almost always say, well, actually, I've been following you and watching your videos for sometimes it's like a year or even 2. But it's given them that confidence that I am the person that they want to work with because they've been able to get to know me through video. Mike, you said, I'm nervous to self-promote in fear of not being taken seriously as a skin therapist. That is a total valid fear. That part is the inner work that we need to do. And I've always said that our business will be the best life coach that we could ever ask for or find or pay for, because it will always point out those places inside of us that need healing. So on that topic, here we go. There might be some places for a lot of us to just start recognizing, when fear is creeping up, and is that fear actually real? Are you a real skin therapist, Mike? Of course you are. Have you taken real training? Of course you have. I see you on a lot of Facebook groups, and you're curious, and you have drive, and you want to do better in this industry. You want to serve. In my opinion, that makes you a serious skin therapist. So I suspect that those feelings of worry about not being taken seriously. Fear, I'm sure you hear that little phrase that fear stands for false evidence appearing real. It's so true, right? Because when we actually look at the real evidence is there. But our subconscious mind tries to keep us safe, and it will grab onto any evidence it can find at all. Most of the time, it's not actually real evidence. Okay, so back to giving the fact that video gives consumers a really strong sense of connection. When this happens, you want to leverage it by creating either a series of videos. Facebook Lives and Instagram Lives are even better than doing recorded video, and I'll tell you why. It's so much easier. With recorded video, you're so tempted to stop the video and do it again if you think you flubbed up. But with live video, you've heard me trip over my words before. You've heard me mess up saying things before. Do you judge me for that? Do you think I don't know what I'm talking about? Do you feel like I'm any less of a credible spa business strategist? Probably not. It just makes me human, all right? And I continue to do video marketing, because it works for my business. I get the reach, I get the connections. But I also do it to try to be a role model for you. I'm not perfect on Facebook Lives, far from it, but I do it anyway because, in my opinion, my worry and my fear of being judged is less than my desire to share what I know to serve others in this industry. So, sometimes it gets to that point about deciding, like, what am I more passionate about? What do I really, really, really care about so strongly that I really couldn't give a crap if somebody judged me? Yeah, we all have those little judgment worries. But when we start feeling stronger on that part, the worry part of, I'm going to be judged, is easier to kind of soothe and say, that's okay. It's actually not even real. The other piece about if you were to pick up doing video for your spa business is that it's likely that your competitor is not doing that at all. So you have a leg up in your area just by doing that. You will get more organic visibility. You will increase more consumer trust than your competitors because they're not doing it. If they're just relying on posts, social media posts that are images or text, it's just not quite as effective. And the other piece I wanted to mention is that there's data behind Facebook and Instagram live videos, some huge data, whether it's recorded video or Facebook live video, hands down, videos always get more clicks. All right. So it's not just me saying you should do video. There's data behind it. All right. If you need to be booking more clients, and you're thinking about video marketing, and you're thinking about, I kind of want to do it, but you're also thinking, no way in hell I'm going to do it. I want you to be honest about your answer, and I want you to be honest about your decision, because I hear it a fair amount. To be honest, I hear excuses. Oh, video doesn't work for me. I've tried it before. I just don't get anywhere with it. And, quite frankly, it's just excuses, because when I hear about these kinds of comments, usually they've tried doing, one or two Facebook Lives and they didn't get, all the views that they thought they would get. It takes time for marketing to build up. So they really just didn't give it enough time. However, I guess the point I'm trying to make is I just want you to be honest. If you don't want to do video marketing, say I don't want to do video marketing. However, you also have to realize that if you can't afford to do paid ads, and you need clients, you are cutting yourself off at the knees yourself, right? That's the way it goes. All right, for those of you that want to get started with live video in your marketing, what are some tips for you? I've got a couple for you. So create a cheat sheet. I do this every single time I do Facebook Live. Otherwise, I'd be like rambling on for like a half an hour. It helps to keep me on track. I've gone from just writing it out, like scribbling a few notes, like I'll have my topic and I'll have my 3 talking points. I've just done them so on little stickies. I have now switched over to writing out some talking points in a Google Doc, because then my VA, who is the person who takes my Facebook Live and repurposes it on my blog, she also writes out the content so that it helps with SEO. So now, in order to help our process, now that I have a team member taking over this part of it, repurposing my topics, I open up a Google Doc. I've shared it with her, and I just type it out. There's my notes right there for today. So again, do you think any less of me because I have a cheat sheet to refer to? I don't think so. And the cheat sheet will just help keep you on track so that you're like, oh, what am I supposed to talk about now? The other point I have is I really just want you to get started. Just do it. I did this for myself, I guess about 4 or 5 years ago now. It was when Periscope just came out. That was the first live streaming kind of platform that was out for a while, before Facebook picked it up and before Instagram and YouTube and I don't know, does Snapchat do live? I don't even use Snapchat. But I had been hearing even then for a couple of years that video is going to be very big, and that by 2019, video would be dominating marketing. So I was like, okay, don't like doing video, feel very uncomfortable about this, but I need to know, I need to stay up with what's happening. So I challenged myself. It was a personal challenge. I didn't tell anybody else, but I was going to do Periscope every day for 5 days. And I had my 5 days of topics, and it was really stressful, but it was good. Like I had people, weirdos hacking on me, and it was, whatever, but it was a little stressful, but I did it. I did the 5 days. And what that proved to me was that it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. And once I got going with it, it really wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. So it's really just a matter about getting organized with your topics. I think it was last week I shared with you about creating a 6x6 a content calendar kind of thing. So if you haven't watched last week's, watch that. So once you create your 6x6, you got a lot of topics to talk about. It shouldn't be very easy to plan those out and map them out in your marketing schedule. And then repurpose it so that you can use it again. You can repurpose it into a vlog on your website. You can repurpose it into your email. You can repurpose it into little social media sound bites. So there's lots and lots of stuff you can do when you create video marketing. It can make life a lot easier for you, to be quite frank. And actually, that's the feedback I actually had from a couple of people just recently. Some of my clients have gotten started with doing Facebook Lives. And once they, especially after they did their first one, they're like, wow, that wasn't actually so bad. And they were excited to do some more. So I really, really, really encourage you to get on the video bandwagon. I would encourage you to do live video rather than recorded video, because once you just get rolling with it, and after a few, you get into the rhythm, it's just so much easier. It's faster. You're not catching yourself doing a lot of edits, because it really doesn't matter. All right, if you are incorporating Facebook Live into your marketing, I would love to know. Please drop your business page in the comments here. I would love to give it some love. And if you want any feedback on any of your Facebook Lives, I'd be happy to give that for you too. Last point, if you want, if you want more training for Facebook Lives, there's all sorts of really inexpensive courses. I'm going to drop a link. I found one from Udemy that was only like $13 US for learn how to do Facebook Live. So, there really is no excuse for not knowing how. you know, even the excuse of time might be something to challenge, right? I've talked about that in the past couple of Facebook Lives, whether time is actually your problem, might be a priority thing. Okay, that's it for today's Facebook Live video marketing. I hope you get on it. Drop your page handle in the comments so I can give your Facebook Live videos some love, and I would love to see them. Okay, that's it for me. We'll see you next Thursday.